Shalom, giving all the praises, honor, and glory to our power Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Rakah. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. That's where I learned this truth from and continue to learn this truth from. Just gonna get straight into it. You know, it's a lot going on throughout the four winds of the earth, but particularly, you know, the one that stands out, obviously, okay, is the third woe, which we know that in the midst of the third woe, Yahweh Shai is going to return. Okay. And he's going to tear down Babylon, you know, via nuclear missiles. There's speculation on who will win this war. Okay, but there will be no winner. All right? Because the Lord is going to intervene in the midst. Now there's going to be, you know, one of these nations are going to take bigger blows, obviously. They're both going to take, you know, jabs. Because we're seeing, you know, the heathen are boasting their, you know, nuclear strength and capabilities. All right, you're going to have China, Russia, Japan, Ethiopia, Libya, America, Canada, Israel, you know, all fighting one against another. Okay, but we know, all right, that Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai and the saints are going to, you know, be praising. All right, scriptures say that let the high praises of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand. So Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai and the elect are set up for the victory, man. Okay, and these nations already stated that they know that Yahweh Shai is going to return. All right, they know who the victor is. They know prophecy, although they don't understand the depths of the prophecies. These devils, you know, even with the wicked at the highest level, are going to, you know, collaborate with their witches and warlocks, right? Because one of the politicians mentioned recently, forget his name, he mentioned Armageddon, and scriptures point to that. You know, the most popular book is the Bible, so these devils know that the end is nigh. Get a few scriptures and close out. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 12, and verse. Start from the top. It says, "The burden of the word of the Lord for Israel, saith the Lord, which stretcheth forth the heavens and layeth the foundation of the earth, and formeth the spirit of man within him. Behold, I will make Jerusalem a cup of trembling unto all the people round about, when they shall be in siege both against Judah and against Jerusalem. And in that day will I make Jerusalem a burden stone for all people, all that burden themselves with it shall be cut in pieces, though all the people of the earth be gathered together against it. And um, that lines up with prophecy, because the Lord said that He's going to defend Judah and Israel. Okay, all of the tribes. It says, and the governors of Israel, of Judah, say in their heart, the inhabitants of Jerusalem shall be my strength, and the Lord the Lord of hosts their power. In that day I will make governors of Judah like a hearth of fire among the wood, like a torch of fire in a sheaf, and they shall devour all the people round about on the right hand and on the left, and Jerusalem shall be inhabited again in her own place. The Lord also shall save the tents of Judah. And just what I mentioned, that the glory of house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against the Lord. In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as God, as the angel of the Lord before them. So, all right, there's going to be, again, there's going to be war, all right? And being straightforward, scriptures say the third woe coming quickly. Okay. Salakia. This is Zechariah 14 and verse 2. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken, and all the houses rifled, and the women ravished, meaning raped, and half of the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. Then shall the Lord, which is Yahweh Shai, go forth and fight against those nations, as when he fought in the day of battle. And we know how that's going to, turn out. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to get busy. Yahweh sending his only son, Yahweh Shai, getting, all right, blood upon his garments. All right. And, Lord willing, this comes to pass sooner than later. We know that, since I've been in the faith, I've seen prophecy heightened to the highest, and the Lord kind of simmer it down. But this one seems to be the one. Okay, this is tempers are flaring. Trump is fulfilling every prophecy, because the Lord is really in control, as the scriptures say. All right, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. Pray this lesson was edifying. Shalom.